Hey, what's up guys? Today I will be giving you my review of Thor Ragnarok. Now I went to go see this movie earlier this month and I just haven't gotten around to making the movie review, but I really love the movie and I'm really excited to get into it. So let's get started. Spoilers ahead, just a warning. So I'm just gonna give a little summary of the movie and then I'll talk about what I liked and what I didn't like, and yeah, so let's get started. Thor Ragnarok picks up with Thor after the events of Age of Ultron on his quest to locate the Infinity Stones and find who seeks to gather them. On this journey that he has, he discovers that Loki is still alive and that he is on Asgard as Odin. Eventually find the actual Odin with the help of Doctor Strange on Earth. Moments before his death, he reveals that his firstborn Hela shall be freed and bring upon Ragnarok. As they retreat from Hela, they get knocked out of the Bifrost into a wormhole and spit out on the other end of the universe on the planet Sakaar. Thor is caught by Valkyrie and sold to the Grandmaster to compete in the gladiatorial arena, and he meets his friend from work, the Incredible Hulk. They reunite and plan their escape from Sakaar to Asgard to stop Hela from bringing upon Ragnarok. Okay, so what I liked about Thor Ragnarok. The humor was spread out very well throughout the entire movie. It was very self-aware, and that's always really good to see in these types of movies when they can acknowledge just the ridiculousness of it. I think the Thor franchise really needed that. I think it was suffering from a problem where it was taking itself too seriously. So it's great to see that they added this type of levity to the Thor franchise. The style was great. It felt a lot like Cosmic Thor from the comics. I think that was very important since a lot of people probably associate the Thor franchise with like old Norse mythology and Vikings, when in the grand scheme of things, Thor's an alien Viking thunder god, which is super weird and awesome like it should be, and it's a different side to Thor that people are used to seeing. So I thought that was really good, and I've said this before, it keeps up a style that James Gunn set in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which I love because it just solidifies that, yeah, this is what cosmic looks like in the Marvel Universe all around. I really enjoyed that. Director Taika Waititi is much responsible for the different tone the Thor franchise took. He added his specific style of humor, which he's famous for, and the freedom that he gave to the cast to improvise and not take things so seriously was just very refreshing. Hulk was awesome. I love Hulk, and I was super excited to see him in this movie, and I think it was the best decision that Marvel could have made, and it was the best way that they could have incorporated the Planet Hulk storyline that so many people love in this movie by adding him to it and giving him a story arc. So anything with Hulk in it, I'm gonna go see, and yeah, he was astonishing, savage, and incredible like always, so I'm looking forward to seeing more Talking Hulk in the future. Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie was also really awesome. She was super badass. Even though we didn't get to see a lot of her in this movie, I'm really excited to see more of her in the future of the MCU, and that armor that she was wearing at the end was super badass, and I hope she's wearing that for Infinity War because it was super cool. Loki was a big draw for me to watch this movie, as he was for every MCU fan, being he is a fan favorite. But I was very curious to see what type of role he would be taking and how his role would play out, because usually when Loki isn't the big bad in a movie, something is being plotted behind the scenes, and I was really curious and eager to see what kind of tricks are going to be up his sleeve in the future and what kind of shit he was going to pull in this movie. So yeah, and he was super funny in his moments like always in typical Loki fashion, so he was really awesome. I really liked that in the movie. Korg is something we need to talk about. Korg is my new favorite MCU character. Taika Waititi actually did the mocap and the voice for Korg, and he was just perfect. He knocked it out of the park. We all got the Korg that we didn't know we wanted, but now we know we need. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Korg. He was super hilarious. Just everything that he did was just like, it was awesome. I loved it. So I really can't wait to see more. Just priceless. Jeff Goldblum in anything is pretty much gold. He was hilarious with his comebacks, and I'm glad to say that he is the Grandmaster in the MCU, and I can't wait to see more of him if possible. I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but the Thunder God mode that Thor goes into when he's fighting the Hulk and when he fights Hela at the end. I'm not too sure if it's been confirmed yet, but I'm assuming that it's the Odin Force. Even though I think he would be a lot more powerful if that truly was the Odin Force, but maybe this is the MCU version of the Odin Force. But I really enjoyed seeing that because I feel like a lot of the other movies in the Thor franchise and in the MCU in general, that Thor has kind of been not really depowered, but he hasn't been shown his full potential yet. And he hasn't been given a chance to show his full potential yet, when Thor is a super powerful character, you know. So I'm really glad that Thor kind of got to display some of his strength, especially when he's fighting the Hulk and he smashes him into a wall. So now, what I didn't like about Thor Ragnarok, and just keep in mind that these are all nitpicks, and I love this movie and I'm gonna give it a good grade, but they're just nitpicks. Let's get into it. Hela felt a little rushed when she was introduced. It just happened in a second that Odin died, and then she came from I don't know where, I guess Niflheim or something. But yeah, she just felt kind of rushed. Even though Cate Blanchett, I still think, did a very good job with Hela. She was super badass and fearsome and super formidable. I just thought that they could have handled her intro a lot better, but for the most part, nitpick. The control device that is used to restrain Thor, I have a problem with, because it seems to run on some form of electricity, no pun intended, but Thor is the god of thunder and he has powers where he can control electricity, so I feel like this shouldn't happen to a guy that is called the god of thunder. I'm guessing it could work. What I usually tell myself, or what I convinced myself to believe, is that in Planet Hulk comic books, if that thing can restrain the Hulk and it can restrain the Silver Surfer, then I guess it can restrain Thor. So that's what I used to kind of convince myself of that, but still I thought that was kind of weird. But I like how they threw that back to the comic books and they used one of those on Thor. Now, we didn't see the Soul Stone in this movie, which could only mean we'll either see it in Black Panther or Infinity War, and I'm hoping it's in Infinity War because I feel like if it is in Black Panther, then they'll try to use it to explain some of the weirder lore of Black Panther easily, and I don't want that. I want them to go deep into the weirdness and the original story of how everything works in the Black Panther mythos, so I'm hoping that we can see it in Infinity War. Now, for some of the Easter eggs that I caught, on the Grandmaster's Tower of Champions, you can see Beta Ray Bill, Ares, Bi-Beast, and Man-Thing. So that's pretty much confirmation that they exist in the MCU, and I actually heard that there was supposed to be a scene with Beta Ray Bill, but it didn't do him justice, so they deleted it. And I'm glad that they did, because he is such an awesome character, but I really wish I could have seen Beta Ray Bill. That would have been really cool too, but it's all good. In the Quinjet, when Thor and Banner are looking at the tape of Hulk when he arrives at Sakaar, that reminded me a lot of the Planet Hulk animated movie when they trap Hulk in the ship and they send him out and the Illuminati's talking to him. So I thought that was a little way of getting that in there. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. When Thor and Korg are in the training area with all the weapons, and Korg asks Thor if he wants to use this tri-stake a spear thing, he says that this would probably be good for 3 vampires that were huddled close together. I'm pretty sure this is a nod to director Taika Waititi's other film, What We Do in the Shadows, which is really awesome and it's about vampires, and everybody should see that movie because it's super hilarious. So yeah, I think that was a nod to that. Stan Lee's cameos, always awesome. He was the Sakarian barber that actually cut Thor's hair, so I thought it was pretty funny. And lastly, the confirmation that the second Infinity Gauntlet in Odin's vault is actually the fake one, and that gives confirmation to that, and that Thanos has the actual real one, which is scary. So yeah, at least we know that now. Overall, guys, Thor Ragnarok was an awesome movie. It was super hilarious and fun, and I had a really good time watching it. So I'm gonna give Thor Ragnarok a 9.2 out of 10. It has stuff that could be better, like all movies, but it's still a really good movie and a really fun time. So I recommend anybody go and see. So let me know what you guys thought of the movie review and if you want to see more. And I'm going to be doing more reviews. I'm thinking about doing a review of The Punisher, just maybe like 3 episodes at a time in one video. I still haven't watched The Punisher yet. I need to get on that, and hopefully I can do a breakdown soon of the Infinity War trailer. Hopefully it'll come out early December, like a preview trailer for Star Wars. So fingers crossed, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, comment any questions or anything that you'd like to see me do in the videos in the future, and subscribe if you want. I'll see you in the next one.